Hello. Hello. Oi, hello. How you doing? My name is James. You are listening to the James W. Show. It's so nice to be with you today. It is Tuesday, September 27th, 2016. I am so happy to be with you today and any other day that I'm on here. So much to talk about, so little time, so let's just go. Yeah, that's weird. No, it's not weird. No, so this is the thing. It is almost October. And it's getting cold, okay? It's getting cold. It's getting very cold. And I think that in order to get close to winter, you got to get through fall, but you got to still kind of have that fall mentality that it could still be kind of like a spring, like, you know, like, okay, you know it's gonna get bad, but it can get a little bit better, you know. That's the thing about fall. When it starts getting cold, you know the winter, the snow is coming, and it's a terrible feeling. Like, I don't know how you guys feel, but some people, when there's snow, when the snow comes, some people have hobbies where they like snowmobiling or hockey, or so. I mean, it makes sense in some ways how. So it makes sense how some people look forward to the winter time and snowboarding and all this other stuff. So there's some good things about winter that you can't get in summer, but I don't know why people just love winter so much. Like, for starters, the roads are terrible, right? It's always snowing, especially here. I don't know where it is in your home. It snows often in Winnipeg, and sometimes it'll take 2 days before a really good storm for people to for the roads to get back to normal. Like, 2 days is a long time, and especially when I take my kids to school and I pick them up, I gotta leave super early just in case there's that chance that the roads will be terrible. And I stress about that so much. Like, literally, people always say, James, why do you got gray hair? And I'll tell you, I get gray hair from my kids. I love them to death, but I get gray hair from them. Secondly, I get gray hair from the past, the far past there. I got at least 3 or 4 shades of gray from that one. And what else? Work. Well, work's okay, but I don't get stressed from that. But anyway, so I stress about things. So stressing is not good. Do not stress about things, because it just comes back to hurt you and haunt you. Like, I read this crazy news story about this lizard called Loki, and he's currently roaming the streets in Liverpool. He escaped his family home. So he basically said to his dad or mom, I don't want to live here. He's like a lizard. He escaped the home, and the owner, whose name is Zoe Brown, she went on back, and this lizard's roaming around the city, and nobody wants to get it. Oh, it says a healthy tegu would be able to live for up to 20 years in the wild in a hotter climate, but is feared that Loki won't be able to withstand Liverpool's colder nights. So basically, the homeowner of the lizard knows that her lizard will die. That's why she's making this plea. It sounds a little bit weird that she'd be going around the city looking for her lizard, but at the same time, she knows the lizard pretty good, and you'd think she would know better for the lizard, right? So she's asking people to put blankets on him, making sure he's indoors, and then she warns him. She says, and this is what a sweet little lady this is, she goes, they can be a little bit bitey. I have to give full compliments to the name Loki. I think that's easily, I'd say probably since Thor's come out, I'd say probably top, that could be a top 15 name in my opinion. Could be a 15. Top 15, yeah. It's high up there. I think it's one of those cool names. I mean, I wouldn't name my kid Loki or anything because my kid's not in Captain America or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know that universe. I get confused with DC and Marvel and all that other stuff, and it's like, James, like, you're not even thinking about reality, because this isn't reality. I mean, I saw, and I'm going way off topic, but I saw this poster. This poster with I would say there's probably 20 to maybe just 20 movies that are coming out in the Marvel DC universe, Disney universe or whatever. I guess I don't know if you can include Disney in that. But at least the two universes there. And the movie's going on till like 2018. Or no, not 2018. Like 2021 and all this other crap. And it's pretty intense. But you know what? These movies make so much money. Like, especially, I mean, I think even Captain America Civil War has made $750 million worldwide. I mean, most of those movies in the top 10 are probably Marvel comic movies, so it makes sense that they'd want to be milking this thing for as long as they can, right? So what was I okay, we're at 7 minutes. So here's the thing. I was gonna have my buddy Mark Robert come on my show, and we had little technical difficulties today, so I'll get out there next week, and we'll get him on my show, and he can talk, do the Mark, because Mark is a man of many talents. So and he's pretty popular. He knows what's going on. I think he kind of knows what's going on, and he plays it kind of dumb, but that's Mark. He's just when I did my stand-up comedy, he was on the same thing as me, and at first I was like, is this really a joke? And I think in my mind he's really funny. He's just a solid guy. I could tell he's just a solid guy. So I'd like to definitely have him on my show next time. So I kind of wanted to talk about a couple of things. The first thing that crossed my mind was the people's love for Donald Trump. And I've promised, I said, you know what, James, don't get involved in this political stuff because you don't know what you're talking about. And at the same time, I don't know what's going on. But I do know that I know a lot about Canadian politics, but American, no, I have no idea what's going on. But what I wanted to say is people are going nuts over this Donald Trump guy. And I mean, I get it. I got it at first. I thought, like, because, I don't really know the whole Trump story, and I don't follow what he did in the past or whatever. And it seems like he's got a good life. He's got, from what I could see, he's had some pretty good looking wives. They're all European. I kind of don't know what's going on there too, but he likes European women. I mean, I don't blame him. European women are gorgeous. But just so like any other country, women are gorgeous too, right? So I don't fault him for, in ignorance in me, I don't know his story, but I'm assuming he probably came from wealth. So he might not have and I'm not saying that because you're rich, you don't have morals or ideals or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but I'd say maybe like a good chance, small chance that if you are rich, you're not on the ignorant side, but money doesn't mean as much to you because you make so much money. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So I don't know if he really he had gotten taught proper morals or anything like that. But the thing that strikes me is he's kind of in that age category of the 70s where I think he's in his 70s. So he's just a little bit older than my dad. and they lived a different life, 40 years ago than what they're living now. They had different ideals, whatever. But as you grow up, I guess you all kind of think the things that happen around that time, it kind of sticks with you, right? So you guys all always have that in you'll always have that in memory because everybody at that time went through it, right? So it's kind of cool how we're all connected. When you really think about it, we're all connected. We're all experiencing things on our own, opposite of what the other person is, but we're all experiencing, the same thing. It's kind of cool. It really is cool. But people love Donald Trump, and at first I thought it was a cool gimmick. I thought like, oh, here's this guy that's coming in, and he's just so rude and terrible, and he just starts, just kicking ass, and I was like, wow, this guy's kind of cool at the time. I mean, I don't. He seemed like he was a kind of funny guy, right? I guess is what I'm trying to say. I thought he was kind of funny. But then the shtick got just boring. And then he started talking about how he wanted to build a wall around Mexico and then have Mexico pay for it, which is absolutely absurd. There's no way you can't make another country pay for something that you want to do to protect yourself from them. Like, come on, that's basically saying F you. F you, Mexico is what he's saying. The F with you. I'm not going to swear. That's basically what he's saying to Mexico. And for starters, I love Mexico. Mexico is the greatest place in the world to go. I am actually going to be going back to Los Cabos in a couple of months. That's the plan. I'm going to be working real hard to make this happen. So that's the plan. So when he starts talking about how much he dislikes Mexico, and he's making not jokes, he was making accusations about Mexicans in the United States, and it's just, as soon as he started there, I kind of saw what his shtick was, and then I'm pretty sure he's pretty homophobic, and then his son's got like this, he kills like trophy animals and stuff, and he, kills giraffes and whatever, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, what's going on here? So, just things like that, and then you find out that, I don't know, he's just a terrible person. And so at the same time, I don't know much about Hillary, but I try and stay away from American politics. I would consider myself conservative. I don't hide or deny that. I just have conservative values, and that's just me. But anyway, so I guess I would align as a Republican, but I don't know. It's tough to say. Like I said, I don't follow American politics, so I'll leave it at that about that. And I wonder if they found Loki, the giant lizard, yet in Liverpool, England. That's a pretty cool story. Just reading the story about how this company is it's called Stiff Bull Herbal Company. It's an instant coffee promising to give men instant woodies with secret ingredient found in Viagra. Okay, so health experts. So apparently this got blasted by health experts. So someone thought of the idea of making coffee boner pills, right? What a cool idea. Such a cool idea. And they get the herbs, I guess, from Malaysia. And so they kind of know what they're talking about. And it says, the combination of these ingredients produces an awesome effect that can last up to 2 to 3 days. But I guess apparently the America's Food and Drug Agency, AFDA, for an acronym, it apparently is under the Tainted Sexual Enhancement Products. So The government is saying don't use these pills, and this company is like, we can do this. So maybe, is it possible, I'll throw this out there, is it possible that Viagra knows how good this is, and they're telling the government not to let this product go out? Because obviously, if that's the case, people will be drinking tons of coffee, right? What a smart idea. What a smart idea. They're basically saying, okay, you drink this coffee, and you'll get one of the, your friend will come out to play, right? And Viagra's probably like, this product cannot come out. Huh. What a smart product. I tell you, that's $1 million idea. And you know what? Probably it'll never come out to the masses because Viagra is just too big for them. They'll destroy them. I don't even know the Cialis story. Yeah, I don't even know if Cialis, how that works, how Cialis is allowed to do what they do. I mean, it's probably the same company at the beginning, but they all branched off and did their own thing. So that's the thing about Donald Trump. And you watch. Donald Trump's going to win. Could you imagine? Could you imagine Donald Trump winning? I don't even know. The whole world wouldn't even know what to do. So, oh yeah, well, I'm a little bit, yeah. So that's the thing about that. I'm trying to be more of a just kind of going with the flow kind of a podcast. At first, I thought, like I wanted to, go to a location somewhere in the city, and then like advertise their product, and then I started going away from that because I started thinking like, okay, I can talk about something that happened in the meantime, but it's going to be irrelevant to you tomorrow or the next day or even 2 months from now. It's not going to make any sense because it's not relatable because it happened 2 months ago, right? So I kind of I've been kind of thinking about stepping away from that kind of a podcast and just make it about just random events or maybe things that are happening, like big news stories that are happening. So I've been kind of staying away from the local stuff. With that said, I'll still have local stories on, and I'll still make sure that I talk about big things that are happening in the city and whatever. I do want to advertise local. I want to get local bands on my thing. And then some restaurants that maybe don't spend a lot of money on advertising or something. Maybe, like a small little store. I'm on your side, guys. I'm absolutely on your side. So yeah, I will be staying away from local events unless they're really big. With that said. I just did that. I was just joking. I just wanted to see what it sounded like to say again, because that could be my tagline, talk about bad stuff. With that said, I like this, So Donald Trump, the mayor, not the mayor, the president of the United States of America, Donald Trump. Yeah. Oh man, people will lose it. There'll be riots. I bet you there'll be riots for like 4 days. At least 4 days. And it's going to pin everybody against everybody. It's going to be just insane. They cannot let Donald Trump win. You might not have to be, Democratic, but you can't let Donald Trump win. He's going to just screw so much stuff up. It will not be pretty. Absolutely will not be pretty. So you're just listening a little bit to the radio that I got on a James W. Radio Show, brought to you by Coffee Viagra Pills. Just kidding. Yeah, so that was kind of the thing I really wanted to talk about was Donald Trump. The idea crossed my mind. I wanted to talk about that crazy lizard, because that's a crazy story. I did want to say I'm very excited to hear about Conor McGregor versus Eddie Alvarez in New York City for UFC 205. I'm a huge Conor McGregor fan, and I think this is a great thing that he is coming back. I understood that he had a leg injury, so it's kind of cool that he was able to mysteriously better himself. So again, that could be a contract thing or ploy or So basically, from what I could see, it doesn't sound like Conor McGregor should be fighting this fight, but he is. So it's going to be a battle. Absolutely, 100% going to be a battle. It's going to go to the 5th round. The card is matching up really good. It's looking equivalent or maybe better than UFC 200. So this is going to be a really big pay-per-view, big card, lots of fights. I think there's 2 or 3 title fights. So I can't wait to see that. I did want to talk about this TV show called This Is Us. Now, I don't know if you watch a lot of football on Sundays. Oh my God, Sunday is the best day ever. But I'll talk about that another time. Sunday is usually Monday Night Football day. No, that doesn't make sense. Sunday is like football day, right? So the thing is, you'll be watching football, and then you see this commercial about this show, This Is Us, and it looks like a Grey's Anatomy type, minus the blood and guts and stuff, kind of show. So it's very dramatic and very good screenplay and whatever. It's innovative and whatever, but the show is incredible. I watched one episode. There's like a little twist at the end, a little bit of a like a twist. It's just a cool little thing. It's a show about like 4 or 5 different people, and they all get the birthday on the same day, and you kind of see how they're all connected to each other, and it's just a cool story. There was only one episode, so I can't talk about any more than that. But from the first episode on, it looks like it's going to be a good time with that show. It blows me away how good of a show that could be. But at the same time, it's just a pilot. It's just one episode. It could be the whole season that's equivalent to that, or it'll be like one really good episode and then 14 other terrible episodes. So we'll see how that show goes. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, Yeah, so that's it. You know what? We're gonna wrap things up right now. So all I gotta say is you gotta text me on Facebook. Facebook.com/The James Show. I am on there. I'm always on my phone/computer. So, and I even got this really sexy computer chair. So I sit on that and I do my thing that way. And that's about it. Just find me on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. Next week I will have the one and only Mark Robert on my show, and we can talk about the time that we did stand up together. I will probably be at Shannon's on Sunday doing stand up too. So if you want to check me out, I will be there. I'm gonna give that a try again. So other than that, I bid you farewell. I bid you adieu. And I'll see you on the bus tomorrow. Peace. I said a peace.